there's in everyday environments, there are threats to safety, and a lot of them are just they're jumping out in our face, but we don't see them, especially if we don't have an issue. There's a lot of things that folks that don't have Parkinson's or even folks that have PD that are in early stages that don't have, or I shouldn't say early stages, but early levels of progression where symptoms aren't as apparent. There's a lot of things we take for granted. There are places in the house that have inherent trip hazards. They have inherent hazards that, for example, sharp corners on countertops or bathroom vanities or things like that. Those are areas that could potentially be head injuries or worse if a fall were to happen. That's just an example, but it's as you said though, if you look at it as something somewhat of an adversary to be conquered, I guess that's not the way to put it, but you know what I mean. Like you're looking at it as you're looking at it as being aware of the fact that it's a threat and coming up with as you said, a plan to avoid that threat. And so I do think what we're talking about goes right into that, in the sense that there's a motor planning that has to happen for preventing a fall into an object you don't want to run your head into, or
yeah,
you know, I mean, or if you're feeling more of if you're feeling that you're more in an off time, for example, planning ahead to have a walking aid with you when you're going through areas that have those hazards. It could be in the home, it could be outside the home, it depends. But
I'll just relate to what my experience is like. Right now, I have no problem with our home. We built our home for my Parkinson's. And so when I've experienced any trouble, it's been away from home. I've been into a theater, or a bar, or you go to a wedding and you're in a situation where you're not familiar with the landscape. And that's where you got to constantly check it out and plan your safe routes, where potential danger can come, where potential safety can come. And what I've noticed, part of that safety is trying to be able to move equally with my right leg as my left leg. And I've been doing some exercises with friends of mine, and not exactly scientific by any stretch of the imagination, but I'll have them start at a standing position and go, okay, I want you to stop here and walk 10 strides to forward and stop. And 9 times out of 10, they'll lead with the same leg.
Yeah.
And so you're sitting there going, okay, well, what happens if I'm in a situation where I can't lead with that leg? I got to lead with my other. And so I got to practice those scenarios. I got to be able to move forward and back laterally equally, whether I use my left or right side.
There is an inherent dominance there. You're absolutely correct. And it's something that's subconscious. We will tend to lead with one side or the other in terms of stride. And the old expression, best foot forward, doesn't always work, as you're talking about. So that's a great point.